Hello, everyone, and welcome to the reflections of a former practicing Sangoma. Um, Today's excerpt is very short and sweet and to the point, and I wasn't going to comment, but then I thought I need to. Um, this is actually regarding Brother Enigma again. You know that Brother Enigma is on the money, right? You know he's telling you the truth. If he is telling you about a church that I attended, then he's on the money about the church. And fortunately or unfortunately, some of the churches that Brother Enigma speaks about are some of the churches that I myself attended, right? And I'll get straight to the point. I did attend the ZCC church, and both the star and the bird one. And I started attending the church because I had been bitten by a dog, and then people were saying it's the ancestors. The ancestors are not happy with you. And because I was trying to avoid being a Sangoma at the time, I went to the ZCC church. And I went to the ZCC church for a long time. And almost immediately when I arrived at the church, I was identified to have a prophetic gift. And then you would be told to perform rituals, to purchase these things, to drink these teas, to drink the water, to visit this church, to visit that church, go to Alexander for the weekend, go to George Koch, go to Machalis. You name the churches, I went. I even went to Moria, and I'm telling you that I did this under both the churches, right? But the truth of the matter is nothing was working. The gift of prophecy was not manifesting. I was not able to prophesy over anyone. And one day I was coming back from one of these tours. I don't know if I had gone to George Koch or whichever church that I had gone to. And I was sitting at the train station, and this guy came to me, and he didn't give me his name, right? And this guy does go to the ZCC church, and he in fact sings Nkedi, right? Nkedi it's a sector or a group in the ZCC church of men. They wear the Scottish kilts, the red skirts that have stripes, and then they also wear the boots, and they wear a khaki jersey, and they wear these things that we call amafahlamela as sangomas. It's the same things that the sangomas wear, they wear them. And this guy came and he said to me, listen here, your gift of prophecy is never going to be opened by the church. You need to go and twasa or initiate as a sangoma. And then once you are done, come back to the church. I kept on getting this messaging from everyone. I would go to Josh Koch, and this is not in the formal setting, guys. So what I'm saying to you is that this is not something that I would be told under normal circumstances in the church. It would be somebody who would be whispering to me in an attempt to assist me because they can see how hard I'm trying to get this gift of prophecy to manifest, and it's not manifesting. So they would come and whisper to me and say, hey, listen here, you are wasting your time. You actually need to go and twasa as a sangoma. And then once you've twasad as a sangoma, you then come back to the church and then you prophesy. So what does that tell you? Right? You can make the inference yourself. And the inference that I drew was that a lot of the prophets in the church are sangomas. So they left the church, they went and they initiated, and then they came back, and then they are now prophesying in the church, wearing the church uniform. But in fact, they initiated as sangomas, and that's why their prophetic gift is able to work. Right? And in fact, I left the church. And after I initiated as a sangoma, there were people saying to me, come back to the church now. Come back to the church. But I was not interested anymore. I was like, no. The other church that Brother Enigma speaks about that I went to is the Roman Catholic Church. I was raised Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. And I'm not going to take away from the Catholic Church that at the center of the religion is Jesus Christ. Okay? So at the center of the religion is Jesus Christ, is God. However, there's a huge emphasis on prayers to saints. And saints are who? Are people who have passed away. And the belief is that the saints are interceding on our behalf. So you pray to the saint, and then the saint then intercedes on your behalf to God. What does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like ancestral worship? It sounds exactly like the thing that the Sangomas do when they speak to the ancestors, and then they believe that the ancestors are going to now go speak to God on their behalf. So the Roman Catholic Church, unfortunately, also does engage in the worshiping of ancestors. It's just that they call it saints. They don't call it ancestors. They call it the worship. But they have an entire program dedicated to the worshiping of saints or praying to saints. So yes, guys, Brother Enigma is on the money with regard to the churches. The other church that I have experience with is the Apostolic churches, right? It's the churches with the church attire and the brass bands. Some of those churches accept the prophets and the mediums and the Sangomas. And I didn't even know this until I went to initiate as a Sangoma. And some of the things that needed to be done for me, my Gobela needed to involve the church. Which church, you ask? The Apostolic churches. Okay? And the Apostolic churches would come and they would be part of the ceremonies that would be performed for me while I was being initiated to become a Sangoma. It doesn't even end there. Remember when I told you about the mediums and the prophets going to the caves and going to be initiated there by the spirits? Some of these churches have an entire tour where they visit the caves. Not only that, they go there and they perform rituals. They sacrifice animals. You hear them say, no, I was told by the spirits to come and slaughter a cow, slaughter a sheep, slaughter a goat there by the caves, away from the eyes of the people. And then when they are in front of the masses, it appears that the church is doing legitimate churchly things, but behind the scenes, the churches are engaging in the worshiping of ancestors and spirits. So what am I saying? I'm saying that Brother Enigma is on the money when he comes to the churches. He's telling you the truth. I don't have experience with all of the other churches. So the other churches, I don't know how they operate. But my point is, if he can be accurate about these churches, he's most definitely accurate about the other churches. I don't even need to understand the doctrine of the other churches in order for me to believe that the guy is telling the truth. And you know the thing about Brother Enigma, he always tells you these things in such a monotonous tone that you almost think that the message is not going to land. And the message does land. It does land. Like I said, I didn't want to do this video, but then I thought, no, I need to do this video. So yeah, he's telling the truth when it comes to the churches. And if he's telling the truth when it comes to the churches, I bet you he's telling the truth about everything else. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, please subscribe, please send your comments, please send your questions. I am aware that there are vlogs that don't have audio. I'm currently going through everything, and I am going to be reposting or redoing the entire vlog if I realize. So I know the one about not monitoring spirits, spiritual spouses. I know that there's a problem with that audio, and I am in the process of redoing that audio, and then I will upload it shortly. You should have it probably today. If not today, probably tomorrow. All right. Thank you, guys. Please like, please subscribe, send your questions. And I will try and cover the material based on what it is that you are asking me. Thank you.